guys, welcome back to another startup story. Today I am here with two very special guests.
Hello, my name is Petros Petridis.
And my name is Carlos Gallardo.
And we are
Goonsville Clothing.
They've been participants of the climb for 2 years?
2 years, yeah.
2 years.
Yeah, so they know the event probably better than me since I've just seen it from afar. So we'll get into aspects about the climb, aspects about their business, and just about their life and how they manage to do it all. So I'm super excited. So first, how about you guys present your majors, your years, and your business?
Yeah, so we're both actually in our third year, which is actually our senior year. But we're both, I guess I'm kind of speaking for both of us.
because we both have the same
Majors.
same route. We did everything the same classes, same professors, everything.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah. So we're majoring in business management, entrepreneurship, and now HR. So yeah, it's actually, we just found that out, so it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, triple major.
That's amazing.
Triple majoring.
I
yeah.
feel like that's cool to just have like your person throughout it all.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, have you guys been friends forever or?
Oh yeah, our story.
kindergarten, right?
Kindergarten, yeah. I think it's like, 15, 16 years we've known each other, yeah.
That's amazing. So how did the idea of Goonsville come about, or did you guys always know you guys wanted to continue working together?
Do you want to do it? Or?
Well, I'll give a little kind of introduction. We've always wanted to work together. I mean, growing up, I was like, oh, we should work together. We should do this. But our idea just came from our childhood. We definitely live different than, everyone else. And, we are proud to say that because we were just always doing something. We're such go-getters. And, just growing up, as going into high school, we were like, well, what can really represent our lifestyle, and so this is how our clothing brand came up, and that's definitely something you want to have.
No, Carlos is spot on with that. I mean, we've known each other since kindergarten. Going through that with the clothing brand, it's kind of also too like a concept that we've had ever since we were really, really young, because it's just kind of like you said, it's our lifestyle and the way we kind of lived unorthodox, but we're also kind of pulling that in through everybody's kind of way of what makes them who they are.
So interesting how you guys mention Goonsville as like an adjective to kind of describe you guys.
Yeah.
And that's really interesting, and I think that it separates you guys from a lot of companies, how it's not just an idea that grew out from a notebook or just a creative mind, but it's you lived it, you were there, and you
100%.
Experienced it together. So that's an amazing message to and definitely one that needs to be spread, because I mean I didn't know, upon just Goonsville.
Yeah.
So kind of go back to your story. So with that, did you guys always know you wanted to be entrepreneurs, or did you guys just always know that you guys wanted to do something together? Was the idea and the visionary for the clothing brand always there?
I think the idea for entrepreneurs is definitely something we've always
been there.
Yeah.
Always.
Well, you guys had mentioned that you guys had been hustlers from a young age. And
Oh
things
yeah.
Like that.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think the big thing too is we both come from such similar but also kind of different backgrounds in the sense of kind of the grind, and that's also where the idea of Goonsville comes from, because it's people that are proud of who they are, going after it. We say go-getters because you're a go-getter, and so my family comes from a real estate mortgage background, but my dad owns a real estate company, and through that he's done loans over 30 years, and when I was growing up I watched him do that. I understood kind of how to formulate business, and then, I mean, with Carlos, I mean, your side.
My dad, he has his own construction company, so growing up, I would always have sleepovers with him actually, and sometimes I'd be like, oh, I gotta go home because I gotta go help my dad, and so he throughout the years he also developed his company, and I always kind of just watched and shadowed all his skills and just saw all those stuff, and then. But yeah, I mean, also just, I was always with Petrus and his family as well. So I said, hey, I would see his dad, and we just always loved, that whole, the environment, just the experiences. We always liked it a lot,
Is Goonsville the only business that you guys are kind of focusing on?
I would say it is right now. I mean, we've been running so hard with it. I mean, we just, it's so focalized to the point where we've built it through our school, our education. We've even tapped into, I think the big thing too, a lot of people don't know, is Carlos and I they do know and don't know is we're actually godbrothers. So
Oh, okay.
a couple years on past that football story I kind of mentioned, I think it was like 7th or 8th grade, 6th or 7th.
Okay.
My dad became his godfather,
Okay.
and so that even built the brotherhood, the connection, and then so through what we're doing with the brand, we even have like our own acolytes. So like
Oh, okay.
our brother Angelo, that's my younger brother, but he's still
We
both
all
of our
call each other
brothers.
brothers.
He's a star football player, and so what we've been kind of attributing to our past success in athletics and what we've done through sports is kind of dialing into what he's been doing.
Okay.
And so we built out our athletics brand to kind of stay true to where we came from, but also shoot forward how, the success of our brother and actually what we've done through our athletics, creating Goonsville athletes. So my brother Angelo, we got Max Parrott, he's going to Purdue. We got Jordan Haran, he's committed to Portland State.
All right.
Exodus Johnson, who's actually another brother of ours. That's my brother's best friend, who he also grew up with, but he's going to Fort Hays in Kansas. And so we've built out this idea and community through the athletic side of all these high-profile athletes, and basically really staying true to our roots.
We're entrepreneurs, so
Yeah.
we're always looking out to see what else we can do, what's something else. Like we also have branched out to do a distribution company now, so we print other people's apparel. And so the main reason we also branch out to do different things is because we go in through the whole the idea, like when we're running through and we were printing out with where were they from, Faya? We had problems, and so we had the ideas, but the people we worked with that they don't know exactly how to implement what our ideas were. So that's why we branched to do our own thing, and so now we have a whole different kind of business on that other end. And just as long as throughout the whole journey, we're always trying to find ways to make things more efficient, not just for us, but for other people around us as well,
No, yeah,
who
definitely.
may be going into the same journey.
Yeah,
Definitely. I feel like that's interesting because I feel that it almost makes sense that someone couldn't really replicate your life.
yeah,
Right.
Like they just didn't understand what you your vision, because it's like Goonsville means so much more than just just a logo on a t-shirt.
yeah.
So I totally get why you struggled with manufacturers and really implementing that vision into something solid. So that's amazing that you guys not only had each other to remind each other, it means something that we don't want our quality to be
Staying true to
exactly
our visions.
So
Well, yeah, and I also think that the big thing too is printing on demand. So our machine is our baby in a sense, because it's just it's something that we can, when we want to sketch something, when we want to put something together, we hit the books, we hit the ideas, and then we print it. It's hands-on. And so, and a lot of the larger ideas, what Carlos was saying with the corporations, they're great in a sense because they can mass produce and they can scale at levels where actually we're going to touch on that in the climb, because if we want to mass scale overnight, why not print anywhere, everywhere, all over across the U.S. to get everybody the idea of Goonsville, no matter what. If we have our website, people can always go there, but a scalability idea is okay, well, what if CU Denver says, hey, they want to print a certain amount of hoodies through us, but then they're like, oh my God, we have such a large supply of people wanting to buy Goonsville. We got to get this. We got 10,000 orders, and we need to get those by next week. Well, okay, well then that's an opportunity when we need to branch out and either connect with our resources or reach out to somebody like we had in the beginning with the FIA and be like, hey, we got to print 10,000 hoodies by next week, because we can do a lot, but printing 10, 20, 30,000 hoodies, that's a lot of man hours.
And I feel that's an important mindset to because at the end because at the end of the day, you guys are still entrepreneurs, and those ideas still have to keep floating in and out of your head, even though some things might seem like you guys are branching out too fast, or you guys sometimes you would just want to protect your brand and what it means. But yeah, like sometimes it's like it's time to grow. But I also think that with you guys, like since it has literally grown up with you guys, it's going to always like continue to grow.
Yeah.
Right.
And always going to be like a part of your own individual growth. So I think that that's also very important to touch on. I feel like it's important, especially that like your story can only back up what your message is. So I feel like that is a pretty good, clear message and a really meaningful one. I think so, because I feel that when it comes to, even to the athletic side, I don't like big companies of course carry on messages, but they don't like, we don't know the story anymore.
100%. Yeah. 100%.
So I think that that's like what makes you guys super unique. And it's great that you guys have such a close-knit relationship, which means that like you guys have gone through life together. Like
100%.
what's a business debacle, you know?
yeah, for real.
So you guys could continue to grow, and I like that, not even only with your guy, like with yourself and your unique relationship and like brotherhood, but you're spanning it out to like your little brother and and to like the people that always know, and always working with like the school, which I find interesting, and I want to touch on about how you guys have maintained your relationship with the Jake Jab Center, with Olivia Omega, of course, of great, amazing people. And I think that it's very interesting also to mention how you guys have done a very smart thing of integrating your learning with your business.
Yes.
Which I also have found like that me on the outsider view have seen you grow, but also I think it's very special how you guys have those resources right at your fingertips and are implementing those like as soon as you get home, as soon as you clock into your entrepreneur, job.
100%. I mean, I love how you touched on that. It's like a lot of people don't know the benefits of education. It's like when we got here, we wanted to do something where we knew we were going to take classes, but I was like, dude, we're knowing that we're going to grow and we're going to pursue a degree, but at the same time, let's go into this growing our brand, because that's what we're doing. And so while connecting our classes and building formats of, if we've had projects, okay, it's going to focus on Goonsville, because it's just going to get us further along to understand, okay, this is what Goonsville is, but it's also teaching us and maybe our classmates around us that this is what we're trying to do when we're defining a generation, but also using those resources. I hear a lot of the times that, college can help in the sense of, okay, I don't know if I want to take on college, because if you have the opportunity to be around people that are also pursuing higher education and wanting to better themselves, you're only going to learn so much more in the sense, because you're focusing on your craft, but also if you have a passion while focusing on that craft, it's only going to further yourself and your business, because you're working on it all the time. But also, like you said, with the vast connections, there's so many ways to interconnect with people. It's like they say, I mean, it's unreal in the sense, because you can network while building relationships that, like you said with Olivia Omega, she was somebody we met through the Jake Jab Center, and we were going to the events the year after we applied for the climb, and we're like, okay, Carlos, we're going to go to these events, we're going to go meet as much people as we can, and in the sense, we were interacting with people, and out of all the people we met that night, I think Olivia was like one of the last people we met, and we just hit it off with her. And it's just like, it's so crazy how stuff happens like that. And higher education is so cool, because the connections, I don't know, I mean, it's the
I definitely wanted to say that it's definitely you would need to have the crave. You got to have the crave. You want to be active around the community, because once it changed everything for us. I mean, once we started just even coming into the center, we started talking with NP. NP was asking us what we do, and then just from there, it's like pretty much you show up and it's almost guaranteed that you're gonna network. You will connect with somebody
you will learn
you will learn something. And so it's really cool, because starting off with our first year when we started the all this pitch stuff and the climb, we showed up, we had our brand, we had the idea, but we still were kind of going back and forth. And I mean, now we are finalists now, now this year. So just throughout the year, it's like definitely like it helps us to stay true to ourselves, know how we can pivot, and it's just knowledge. It's really great to be around here in the center, definitely.
Yeah, and it makes me so happy that it works for you guys, because I feel like we've heard a lot of this misconception that entrepreneurs don't need college or like drop out college, you know, and it's like it's a bowl of resources that it's like it's not shameful for like to do it on your own, like the grind on your own from the bottom, but it's like you did it from the bottom, but it's like there is no shame that in finding higher education and having those resources at your fingertips. Those are there for you
100%
to have it. And I think it's important to recognize that yes, it is a privilege, but if entrepreneurs have the resources to attend college, it could be a very good resource for
if you're
them
an
in the long
entrepreneur
run.
and you bump into a problem, you need an accountant, you don't have one if you don't go to college. And here we can probably name like 15 different peers of ours that want to be accountants. So now we have those different connections. So that's definitely something.
Especially if we keep striving towards this entrepreneurial mindset across colleges and programs like the ones here at the Jake Jab Center with our master's program, our certificates. It just makes it so easy for anybody in all ranges to just get the resources you want and just like to the level that you want it and input as much as you want to get out of it. Which I think is an important aspect that a lot of people kind of fry away from. But also, I think that it comes from a lot of fear and time management. So I think that's what I want to...
It's a big thing.
That's what I want to kind of go into, of how you guys manage triple majoring and running your own business. How do you guys not only support each other, but individually? We could touch on mental health. We could also touch on just like important resources on like checking up on each other. Or at the end of the day, how has your brand kind of helped you go through it all?
Well, to kind of build,
and keep fighting for it, if that makes sense.
I like that, because it's like it is a fight, but it's also a learning experience to build your craft. So the fight, don't think about it in a bad sense. Think about it in a positive sense of, you have to push yourself to grow. That's the only way it's going to happen. You have to step outside the way of, it doesn't matter if you're in the gym, taking a test, or you're trying to run a marathon. You got to practice it. You got to push yourself further than what your mind, your body is trying to do. And so kind of building off a tiny bit of your last question into this one, I think the big idea behind how we balance all of it is we have such an awesome backing of our families and my dad. He was the biggest motivating factor when we were starting Goonsville, because he taught us how to set up our LLC. He taught us, and we just took a class on talking about LLCs, and everyone's just kind of like, how do you know all that? And it's like, we've had such awesome people backing us, and we're also coming from a background of being first generation college students. So both of our parents did not go to college. So in the extent of we're now going to college, we have people backing us and rooting us on, and it's like, They didn't have that opportunity, but they grinded so hard to put us in this opportunity. That's why college is awesome, because we're striving ahead, meeting people, and we always know that we have such an awesome family and awesome ideas backing us. And it's just, I think that's one of our largest motivating factors, because it's like, we're doing this for our family, we're doing this for our generation, and we're doing this for our culture, because it's who we are as people. And we love to come to school, because you know what? We know we have an opportunity every day to experience something different, meet someone new. We've taken on the grind, and it's something that we're not really shy to anymore, because it's something that kind of motivates us to keep going, because it's so crazy in the sense, because with the human mind, you think you may be at your cap, you can go so much further. It's crazy. It's like, I was up last night working on an assignment till like 5 o'clock. And I'll be honest about that, but it's like, and I don't know how many times, it's not every night in college, but it's like, sometimes if you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be somebody who's going to take it to the next level, you got to go outside the realm of possibility. And so we just got such awesome people backing us. You wanting to meet with us, the Jake Jab Center, they've been so awesome.
Well, yeah, you're hitting it right there as well. I mean, we have family support, of course, but CU Denver's amazing. Their support is, wow. It is, it's something big. And so that's definitely something else that we can, really stand by and say, like, CU Denver knows how to support as well. We, from our freshman year to our, with our professors, have been supporting our ideas, our whole timeline. We've just been able to say we've been supported here as well. So that's another great thing.
That's amazing. I'm so glad that not only the resources that we have here at the center, but also resources like the Climb, which you guys are finalists this
Let's
year,
go.
which
Okay.
is super excited to see you guys take on the stage and hear your elevator pitches.
It's gonna be cool.
Since I didn't get to hear them during pitch market since I participated.
Oh.
But yeah, I just kind of did it to like test it out. And,
Really?
to,
I think I saw you talking to Brian.
immerse myself into
Yeah.
the experience. But
It's cool.
yeah. And it was a great experience too. So I was like, oh my goodness, imagine if I was like fully in depth in this. Like I would just like, though even there, like I started off with an idea, and then at the end of it, like I had like what I was gonna do with the application and stuff. And I was like, what the
It's
heck?
so
Like,
ready.
crazy.
and I just went in there for like giggles, you know? Like I was like, I'm just gonna do it to like immerse myself into the experience. And I came out with like a full business plan. So I was like,
And
okay,
you're growing.
we're
It's
gonna
like
do that.
you're growing.
No, yeah, so it's amazing. So to like scale it, kind of like me, only starting with an idea and attending one event, what has been the impact of you guys participating throughout the whole competition?
When it comes to Goonsville, we focus everything into Goonsville. We've never focused on time to pay ourselves because we know we have our jobs. Carlos does construction, and I work at financial aid, and I do various odd jobs. But we know what we have set to work, and we know what we have to be able to fund us for our daily life expenses.
Mm-hmm.
But taking something like this as an opportunity to actually get $10,000, it could change the brand so much more because we can actually dive into specific events that we want to build. Talk to specific creators. I mean, one of the awesome things is we met Jason. He came into our class, and he does basically marketing and kind of he takes businesses and just blows them up. And so I mean that's just another person that's supporting our idea. I mean, we talked to him about it, and he's like, dude, you got to do events, you got to do stuff. It's like if you want to build that culture, and that's something we're going to definitely talk about in our presentation, but in our pitch. But he's like, dude, you got to be outgoing.
No, yeah.
Entrepreneurs are outgoing, and so being in this competition is just so. I think being the third year into this, applying for the last two, the fruition of it all coming together. It definitely hit when we got in because we were like we had our call, and then hitting our chest, getting all pumped up. But it's now it's here, and now we got to rock and roll.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Definitely. I mean, just having that right mindset on telling each other like, okay, why are we unique? And so that's exactly what we're planning to do on Thursday, to show why the brand is unique. We know it is. We've been working on it, and it's time to show it to everyone as well. So
That's what's so exciting.
Yeah.
Game on. Let's go.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like touch on your story. I feel like that's just like what makes it like. I feel like definitely now, like if I see your guys' socials or like someone wearing it in person, now I know that it's not just your brand.
Yeah.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
So I feel that even with you guys shortly speaking for now, like 30-ish minutes, like I know your entirety
I know, it's gonna be
of
cool.
the brand, which is like super cool.
That's awesome.
Which is also like what school kind of brings, these connections, these opportunities. Like Jason, he was on your afternoon class.
Yeah, you just chilling.
I think that like a lot of people think that it's like, oh, like they're reaching out and the networking. Like sometimes they're just events downstairs that you just have to pop in.
That's how we met Olivia.
No, yeah, definitely.
Olivia came to us, as a matter of fact.
She came up to
Goonsville, and then from there we just started talking.
Her mentorship has just been unreal.
I could go on.
Olivia is also definitely a certified goon. Certified.
She's a go-getter. She's
She's
always
an
doing
amazing
something.
woman. She's definitely someone that I look up to in the professional world. Someone that I mention frequently.
Yes.
When networking, she gets me in through the door on so many occasions.
Oh,
I'm like, oh yeah,
we
Olivia.
just-
They're like, oh, you know Olivia.
Oh, we just had that happen.
Yeah. We had that
We
experience.
literally we went to go meet Deion Sanders at this book signing.
Oh yeah, you guys posted on that on your social
Yeah.
media.
But that was a cool story too. It kind of it's a little quick story, but it really is. It literally was like a 15-minute interaction.
Okay.
So like we walked in, and we're like, there was like 300, 400 people there, and we're like, we're here, and she's like, okay, where's your things? And then she scanned it. And she's like, the lady at the front is like, you guys are with Olivia Omega, and we're like, yeah. And she's like, go find her. That's all she told us. And I said, okay. And we're looking around. I'm like, where's Olivia? We see her all the way on the top, already with the DJ. She's with the DJ. We wait for. Oh, she's just a goon.
Gosh.
She's definitely.
And
outgoing.
so like we She was up top, we waved, she's like, come on, come on. We walked past like 400 people, and they're all like looking at us like, who the heck are these guys? Like, oh, it's the Goonsville guys,
Yeah,
come on.
we're wearing our hoodies and we're walking
I
through.
was like, who are you?
They're like, what are these guys?
Yeah,
We're like, we know Olivia,
That's
come
like
on.
a DJ. Like,
Come
oh my
on.
goodness, that's so iconic of her.
So,
Amazing.
Yeah,
She's amazing.
and we were like
Yeah,
the
she is amazing.
first people to take a picture with Dion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, we walked up and he literally sat down on his chair and he's like, okay, I'm ready to start taking pictures. And I think we were the first picture of the day.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
super cool.
So, and literally the 15-minute interaction, we took our pictures, had a cool video, gave Olivia so many hugs.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah,
She makes us take pictures with the DJ.
the DJ.
No, yeah.
She's just running all over the place, but yeah, I mean,
And she's on it. I mean, yeah.
No, yeah, definitely. No, yeah, like she's just an amazing woman. She like gets you in every nook and cranny
Oh, she's so
of the
on it.
business world. Yeah.
So on it. I mean, she's always like when it needs to be recorded. I didn't even know the video we had in our thing. She was recording while we were meeting Coach Prime. I had no idea.
Yeah. No, so with that, kind of the question that I asked everyone the same, and kind of what started this startup story of just really getting into those conversations of not only student businesses and how we manage that and have those real conversations from us students and from like outside faculty and staff that might put pressure on us to like talk about it or but what does entrepreneurship mean to you?
You want to take it
wanna answer
first?
this one?
I mean, it's not hard in the sense it's such a passionate thing to me. I mean, I love grinding because it like I said, it only makes you better. Entrepreneurship takes you to the next level because it not only focuses on how you're bettering yourself, but you're also bettering your community. I mean, like what we're doing with our family, they love that we're entrepreneurs, and it's like, but we're also going to school. So whenever we graduate, we can also get an opportunity to get a job and find time to still work on Goonsville or go Goonsville 100% of the time. And that's really the goal. But I mean, entrepreneurship, I think what it means to me and probably both of us is just bringing something great to the world.
That's right.
And that's the big idea. What are you going to bring to the world that's going to change it, grow it, and make it better? And I think what we're doing with our clothing brand is a huge aspect behind what our generation's looking for. And I couldn't find myself or him in any better situation because we're bringing something that really resonates with young people, and I love that. So
That's right. And something else that I think we can both connect to is just saying, from our childhood, and we were athletes, so I always tell them like something that I miss is that adrenaline, like before games, like, and honestly, the entrepreneurship, like that world, that path, it can give you that adrenaline. It can give you that force where you're like, like, okay, this is happening, or this, or just something's always happening.
Yeah.
And when you're passionate about it, I mean, you're gonna embrace it. You're gonna love it as well. So that's something. Yeah, that's something that we've always we're like, oh, we love it because we're not always gonna be athletes, but what really
we can always be entrepreneurs.
Yeah, what will we miss? Well, we'll miss these aspects, and entrepreneurship hasn't. They truly do.
You strive for it and you work harder for it, and it's something that not only in between like events you have to go back to your business plan. You have to revise. You have to, the same way that you would do at a game. You need to rest. You need to practice more. You need to do something differently during practice. So you have to go back, tweak a little things, go back into the next event, talk to another investor. So I could see why it kind of carries on to that, your drive into that business world.
Right.
So thank you so much for speaking to me today.
Thank
it was quite
so
exciting. We'll open the floor up for you guys to kind of plug your websites, any announcements you guys want to make.
Okay.
Plug.
All right, we'll plug. So yeah, check us out at goonsvilleclothing.com. That's our official website. Our Goonsville Instagram is Goonsville303 Clothing to kind of represent 303 where we're from. And I think going forward, we got some really cool stuff going on with Uncle Neely up in Boulder. He's rocking Goonsville all the time, so I think that's pretty cool. He's got some pretty cool stuff that's coming that actually might turn into official apparel, so keep your eyes out for that.
Okay.
And we got something really cool brewing in the background. I'm not going to say it yet, but it's something I think it'll shock everyone if it happens. It's just think food.
Oh,
It'll hit home here in
It-
Colorado because
they're big here, and I think it'll change the game. That's all I have to say.
It'll be cool.
Yeah.
It's always working on projects, so that's what we're doing.
Yeah, cool.
that's all.
We're rolling.
Yep.
Cool.
That's amazing. And we're done.
Cool.
If this didn't disconnect.
It's like, nope.
Amazing.
That was good.
All right.